Let's see, my fondest memory is a banjo player. I guess there are a number of them, but let's say two in particular. I was inspired to play the banjo by a guy named Dave Guard, who was the original banjo player in the Kingston Trio. And when I was very young, I heard a song called MTA, which was Charlie and the MTA, big Kingston Trio hit. And there was a banjo solo on it, which went like this. And when I heard these 16 notes, those are the 16 notes that made me play the banjo in that solo. I heard that and was just like, I gotta do this. And I was already playing folk guitar. I started with flute, piano, folk guitar, and then I heard this and I was just gone. And I'm still gone to this day. But it was played by a guy named Dave Guard. And somewhere in the 80s, I was playing with this group called Skyline, and we were playing in New Hampshire, and our guitar player said, "You'll never guess who's here tonight." And I went, I don't know who. It turned out to be Dave Guard from the original Kingston Trio, who was living in New Hampshire and came down to see the show. And he introduced our second set, and I got to hang out with him at the end of the night. So here's this big hero, this guy that made me play the banjo, and I was getting to hang out with him. So that was one. And then the other was, I recorded an album called Double Banjo Bluegrass Spectacular for Rounder Records, and I got a whole bunch of different people to play the second banjo part on each tune. And one of them was Earl Scruggs. I spoke to Earl and his wife Louise, and they agreed that he would do this. And so we played a tune called Farewell Blues. We decided on that tune, and I still have vivid memories of recording this in Bela Fleck's basement. He has a studio down there, and we were practicing it, and Earl and I are knee to knee playing this close, and it was like, if I could have thought when I was 14 years old, someday you're going to be knee to knee with Earl Scruggs playing on a song for your album. And so, and even though with Earl, it's like, he was just a really laid back guy and friendly, and hey, it's Earl, but it's Earl Scruggs. I wouldn't exist without Earl Scruggs. So the idea that we were actually doing this, I was kind of flipping back and forth. It was very casual and seemed normal and relaxed, and yet this is Earl Scruggs. So that was another one of my major banjo moments.